Everyone get out!
Greetings, programs! Time for more Crusader Kings 2. We continue with the adventures of young Yoda McJedi, who in the last episode inherited the throne after Jedi McJedi sadly passed away. I have noticed an odd thing that I just want to share before we start. Let's take a look at Venice. Something very strange has happened to Venice. Yes? Now, I can only theorize. Venice is no longer a merchant republic. It has actually been taken over, I'm going to guess, by a mercenary company. That Venice hired some mercenaries, was unable to pay them. The mercenaries turned on their masters, sieged Venice, and have actually now seized it themselves. So I don't know what's. I haven't ever seen that before. Even after having played, I don't know how many hours of this game. This is a new one on me. This is entirely a new one on me. Venice is now the company of the hat. Yeah, I have never ever seen that before. That is quite interesting. Pisa is actually now doing all right for itself, given that Venice is out of the picture. I think Genoa is still. No, apparently that's a duchy. It's a straight up duchy. So I think Pisa's the only merchant republic that we've got going at the moment. Gotland isn't there as a. Oh no, Gotland is okay. They're under Sweden, but Gotland is also a merchant republic. But no, Pisa seems to be the only one that's kind of independent still. The rest of the map's looking not that dramatically different. Although Portugal has formed, I don't think we had a look at that in the last episode. But yeah, Portugal's looking fairly strong in the west of Spain there. Leon, Castile, the Muslim states aren't doing so well. They're being pressed. So I don't think they're going to last terribly long. Spain is going to become fully Catholic before too long, I expect. Otherwise, things are fairly stable. Croatia's looking somewhat fatter than it usually looks in these games. But otherwise, yeah, no. So we'll just unpause it. Now, my immediate plans are to attack Carrick, which has just become the petty kingdom of Galloway, apparently. I guess because he had enough cash on hand to basically create the ducal title, which for some ducal titles is styled as a petty kingdom, but it is basically a duchy. So I don't think he's got any allies, but we'll just quickly check. No, he doesn't have any allies. He should be fairly easy to beat. So which province do I want first, actually? Let's decide, because I can only claim one. Which is the richer province? Oh dear. King Yoda of Scotland has gained the trait Craven. That's not very accurate, is it? He may have been many things, but he wasn't a coward. I think we want Galloway itself, so we'll declare war for Galloway itself. And I don't think we'll have too much trouble with these guys, but you never know. I want to raise my armies, not navies, armies, Jedi, armies, well done. There's a great quote from, quote even, from the Goon Show, where I can't remember the episode. It's one where Neddy is standing in as oh right, I've lost Craven. That's useful. Is standing in as Samuel Pepys. The Flea, that's what it's called. It's an episode called The Flea, and he does this whole bit about there's a court case, and he has to explain what a navy is, and he says, "A navy, my lords, is an army entirely surrounded by water." Oh man. Anyway, it's so much better in the original. I might have to raise my levies as well, because yeah. We're going to need all hands on deck. They have actually more troops than I would have thought. We could still take them, though. We can definitely still take them. If I can get Galloway off them, then that'll be useful, because it's only about 2 and a bit years to go before potentially England will declare war on me again. So that's, you know, England's still lurking down there. looking troublesome. I wonder if they're still allied with France, actually. I bet they are. Yes, still allied with France. However, Harold Godwinson is looking a bit long in tooth at this point, 64 years old. So his successor, I mean, once his, let's check that again. His heir is Prince Magnus, who, well, he's 35, but there could be some instability within England that I could potentially take advantage of. I did ask in the last video, what ideas do you guys and gals have? Well, the most common one seems to be try and take over England, but also a lot of people apparently don't like Norway. There were some suggestions that I should either attack Norway or maybe form a royal marriage with Norway or something along those lines. Now, for any of that to work, I need to... That is at least a generation away, because I need King Yoda to be old enough to have sons, and particularly daughters, of his own, because the dynasty at the moment just consists of this one 7-year-old boy. So it's kind of perilous, really, all things considered. So I shall have to be careful with Yoda, and hopefully he won't just die out of the blue, because that'll be it, game over. If it does happen that way, if I die without any heirs, I think what I will do is we will switch games and I will go and have a look at EU4 instead, and then maybe come back to some Crusader Kings later on. But yeah, this army's taking an awfully long time to get to where it's going. There we go. 4,019. So we've got twice the number of men. The morale we will let tick up to its maximum amount, because we might as well. We don't have any new messages up here to deal with, so I think we'll just stick with the plan of attacking these guys. King of Brittany. I don't think we've got to really worry about them too much. They are already in a war with Leon and myself. Earl of Tyrone. He's got allies, apparently. Right. Let's march these guys in. Let's attack their army in Carrick. And then actually see if I can't take Galloway off them, because that'll be quite useful. It's a bit more territory. It'll be some directly held territory as well, because I can hold one more county in my personal defence, so that ought not to be a problem. They're running away. Stop running away. Right, you're marching back into Carrick as I'm marching into Galloway. How do you think that's going to go for you? I'm just saying. That wasn't really a great application of logic there, was it? Anyway, I think we can win this war somewhat easily, don't you? They're not really going to be a problem, I don't think. Excuse me while I just take a drink there. Right. Yeah, this battle's going alright. It'd be nice if they'd give you... I mean, this is not bad, but a better visualization of what's going on the battlefield, because I'm sure you could do a bit more with the information that you get. I mean, you can see what's going on within a battle, but it can happen so quickly that you miss the individual phases. Wow, we beat their army really badly. Right, they don't have many defenders. I'm almost tempted to press the attack, but that probably would be a mistake, because you just end up losing all your... I don't actually have that many infantry. Oh, actually no, having said that, the majority of my army is infantry, but they could easily get very badly hurt trying to assault that one target. I'm going to have a quick look around at... I don't really have much gold, but we'll have a quick look, see if there's anything I can build. It doesn't look like it now. There's nothing I can afford to build or have the technology to build at the moment. And talking of technology, I could actually look at the technology screen and see if there's any points I can invest. Now, apparently I can put points into shipbuilding, which I'm not that fussed about, which is just, it's going to get there soon enough on its own. And castle infrastructure, which is actually kind of useful, so we'll actually invest in the next level of Caffel Infrastructure. Wow. Wow, brain. Really? Really? Okay. Okay. We'll just skip ahead here. It's the Siege of Galloway. This could take a while. It's a little... oh! Oh, whoa, whoa! I thought it was 1089. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Right, just okay, okay. England has taken this opportunity. Clearly, the truce expired when I wasn't noticing. I thought it was 1089. For some reason, I had that in my head. Clearly, it was actually 1087. Okay, well, that was not unexpected. It's just a pity that it would have to happen at this particular moment. The Duke of Ross, the Duke of Moray, rather, is also after the County of Ross, but I would like to actually hang on to that. He doesn't have a great opinion of me. I do have... part of that is because I've got 2 provinces that he wants. Which would I rather lose? I mean, they both give me a reasonable amount of tax and whatever. He's not a very powerful duke, to be honest. If he rebels, then okay, but I don't know. Can we afford to? Can we afford to annoy him? How much manpower am I getting? I think we'll say no. I think we'll just take the reputation hit, because at the moment I could really do with... yeah. I also need a fast conclusion to this war, which when you're sieging, fast conclusions and sieging don't necessarily go hand in hand. He's going to want Cumberland again. Yeah, it is the du jour. Could I even just, like, offer... Could I just surrender and say, look, have Cumberland. Look, it's just more trouble than it's worth. It doesn't really... The fact is, I don't have enough troops. I need a bigger power base before I can take on England. I need Ireland. I need more troops. I need more money. And I need more allies. And I can't do any of those things yet because I don't have family I can marry off. I don't have enough territory. You know what? I think we will just give him Cumberland. I think we'll just save ourselves the pain of futilely trying to fight England in this particular case. We'll just say, here, have your damn sausages, you sausage-craving sausage person. Yeah. Which might give me some kind of reputation hit or something, I'm not sure. But worst case scenario, I get it back when I attack England later on. So he's actually given it to... well, he's Anglo-Saxon Catholic, but Neutling is definitely not an Anglo-Saxon surname. Anyway. So, that is actually also... He's now King Magnus. King Harold passed away. It's a pity. It'd be nice if you could set it up so you'd get messages about your closest neighbours when that sort of thing happens. You just have to kind of rely on noticing. But our relations are not terrible. The fact that I just capitulated probably didn't hurt him. He's got an okay personal power base. Duchy of Essex and, you know, King of England. Oh, he's been king since January, apparently. His heir is also Magnus. Wow, that imagination. I don't know. That buys me time, though. I mean, they don't actually have any direct claims on any of my other provinces, so I'm relatively safe in that regard. If I don't annoy him too much, we can hopefully stop them from just randomly declaring war on me. While I, like I've said, build up my power base, because that's got to be the thing. First, taking this bit of Scotland back, then moving into Ireland, and then making moves on maybe Norway, and then England. And then the world! Other people were suggesting try and make inroads into the HRE. That's a very long-term goal, I think. If I could get a power base, you know, Norway, just the British Isles generally. Even if I did take over the whole of the Isles, you can form the Empire of Britannia. I don't think I would. I think I'd just stay as Scotland because, you know, mwahaha. Anyway, having said earlier that we'll fast forward a bit, and then having, you know, war declared on me at that exact moment, we actually will fast forward a bit here, because sieging is not that interesting to watch. And unless something else happens in the meantime, I think we'll just skip to the conclusion of this particular little war. Well, here we go. We've had one or two things happen. I had to imprison my bishop for converting to the Cathar heresy. I could have actually, I could have converted myself, but that would have caused some interesting issues with my other vassals. Another thing is that the Kingdom of Brittany, some Breton troops arrived, and that is somewhat problematic as our armies are now basically equal in size. But I have successfully sieged Galloway. I have a 97% war score. In theory, this is enough to ask for what I want. But, no. Come on, you pansy, he says. I guess we'll just have to siege Carrick as well. If they attack my army, that could be interesting. What I might actually do is hire some mercenaries just to reinforce this group of soldiers here, and maybe tackle this army head on. The question is, what can I afford? I mean, that's 150 gold to hire them, not to say nothing of the cost of actually, you know, maintaining them. I think we'll have to go with a smaller group. I'm thinking one that costs 75 gold. Monthly cost 8.78, and my actual income is... that doesn't tell me my monthly income, but we've got a fairly healthy positive balance, so we can stand to hire a couple of mercenaries for a little while. So we'll just have to get them in place, basically. Oh, yep. They've decided they're going to go for my army. They've decided they like the odds, so we'll get those mercenaries down there post-haste. And hopefully they will be in time. They can just march straight into Galloway, can't they? This could be interesting, because my reinforcements, my mercenaries start all the way up there. So let's just follow this battle and see what happens. Now, because we're defending, we actually get a terrain advantage, and they get a disadvantage because they're having to also cross the Clyde to actually get to where we are. So this is somewhat to my advantage, given that we are roughly equal in size. So we've already... I think also the fact that we're 2 flanks versus 3, that also always gives you advantage, even if you are kind of equal in numbers. So we are taking some losses, but we're beating their army fairly handily. And we're also losing a bunch of gold every month, but that's not so big of an issue. We've still got decent... we've got like 8 months cushion kind of thing. This army's taking a long way, a long time to get where it's going. But anyway, we'll immediately march my soldiers into Carrick as well, and we can hopefully get them on the back foot. If I can get this army down there as well, I might not even need them. I might just have wasted all that gold, which is always a risk when you hire mercenaries. It might turn out that you didn't need them at all, in which case, yeah, goodbye, lovely, lovely gold. It was nice knowing you. Anyway, we're definitely going to beat the rump of that army. Yeah, we gave them a pretty sound thrashing. There's not that many left now. They'll march in there and they'll start sieging this area, but they've already had some time to... the garrison, once you've actually occupied an area, the garrison slowly builds up for each holding. So you can see there, that's the one I captured first, so that's had the longest time to actually build up, whereas that's the one I captured most recently, so it's only got a garrison of 100 at the moment. So yeah, we'll just keep these troops for a little while longer, because it will help with the sieging process as well. The more troops you have, the faster a siege will go. In fact, I can even just like march them in. Oh, 100% war score. I've just noticed. He will actually just give it to me. Yeah, okay. I could beat their army, but no, we'll just go with that. So, we shall dismiss those guys. We shall march them back into friendly territory and then dismiss them, because if you don't have them in friendly territory, that can work against you. So I've now got 5 out of 5. I don't want to have any more, otherwise you start incurring penalties, and penalties is, you know, bad. So, split off retinues, that's a nice button, I hadn't noticed that button before. So we'll move my retinue back up to, we'll just have them sit in Moray, and we shall dismiss everybody else. I'm not paying for them anymore either. Now that was quite a costly war in terms of money, but then I thought I would need mercenaries. I took the risk, I took the chance I'd need mercenaries, ended up not needing mercenaries, so there you go. Can I... Yes, I can actually usurp Galloway, but I don't have enough gold because I control 2/3. So even if somebody not under your jurisdiction they have a title, if you control the majority of the territory actually necessary to create that title, if you've got enough gold, you can basically steal it from them. You can say, well, actually, I'm the rightful Duke of Galloway in this case because I've got most of the territory that comprises Galloway. So you can sneak out titles from underneath people. And you have to be careful also that... Oh, excuse my phone there. You have to be careful that you don't end up having your own vassals that that can do that, because they can, you can have like a ducal title or whatever that you hold yourself, and then you have a vassal that ends up, you know, having most of the required territory, and at that point they can be a bit sneaky. A ragged arm with a spotty horse. I can take a opinion hit with a marshal, but gain 5 piety, which I don't have much at the moment, so +5, quite useful. Or I can lose prestige. I think we'll go with the negative opinion modifier. Let's have a quick look at court is the thing I want. The council. He doesn't like me very much, but he didn't like me that much anyway, for various reasons. Everyone else is not too bad. You can see actually my vassals are not too bad either. The Duke of Moray, actually, there's been a new Duke since the last one with the last event, so mostly they like me, apart from the guy I imprisoned for being a heretic. I wonder if we can actually get him to convert back. Demand religious conversion. And then I can release him maybe. Also, oh, I've gained the trait proud apparently. I'm proud and honest. Well, Yoda was kind of, I don't know. And my guardian has actually corrected me on that, so I've instantly lost it. I also, I don't think, I might have talked about it in the previous video, but can we release him, or is he automatically released? I think he's automatically released. We, I was talking a bit about education at some point, and I actually then, where are we? I actually set up the Guardian of was it Albany? I can't remember. One of the dukes I basically set up as my teacher. So it can be tricky picking who you want your teacher to be for a child, especially if you are a child, that the character you're playing, because not only do the stats matter, but their traits matter as well. They influence what traits you will pick up yourself. But if you have someone with really good traits but terrible stats, that's not necessarily a good thing. So it's finding that balancing act. That's interesting. So this is more relevance if you're, you know, playing as one of the Islamic characters. But yeah, I can't get over Venice, man. That is the company of the hat. There must have been a mercenary company. There must have been that has taken over Venice. I've never seen that before. I've honestly never seen that. But this game is some of the things that can happen sometimes. The emergent behaviour that can occasionally pop out can be quite interesting, which mainly stems from the fact that where are we? Mercenary companies. It's possible to have characters that have titles but no land, and it's one of the kind of back-end game mechanics that they've used to partially implement things like, for instance, the Swiss band. who are... It's a title, but with no land attached. And it is possible. It's possible through cheating. You can use the command console, which is this thing here. You can use the command console to actually like change titles while you're playing a game, and you can go and do things like edit save files as well. But I've never heard of it just happening in the course of the game. So yeah, that's quite interesting. Also, my Chancellor's work continues apace, but it appears to have no real effect. His opinion of his liege, yeah, it's unfortunate that that really didn't cause any ructions. I was kind of counting on it actually doing something, and it didn't, so that's a bit annoying, really, isn't it? So, Galloway, I'm actually, given the fact that that isn't doing anything, you know what? I'm going to pull him off. And I'm going to stick him somewhere else. I'm going to start fabricating claims on Ulster, because I need to start making moves on Ireland, and that's the way to do it. You basically go and stake a claim, or you make up a claim. Your Chancellor goes and cooks up some documents and says, look, we're the rightful heirs to this place all along. Yeah, sure, trollface. So, this has been a relatively short one. I think we've covered, what, 3-ish years in this particular video. I've expanded Scotland a little bit. Carrick I will definitely have a claim on. I can probably just declare war on him, and I could usurp the title, but I'll probably just declare war on him, take his last remaining bit of land, hand that to somebody else, and then create another duchy. And there's also Man, I've got a claim on. Ireland, I'm going to start making claims on. So, things are moving forwards, but as ever with this game, it doesn't always happen that quickly. So, if you liked the video, you can hit the like button. You can check out my other CK videos if you're new to this series. I try to make each episode fairly self-contained, but it helps to watch from the beginning. You can subscribe to my channel, and of course, as always, stay tuned for more.